parents are supposed to love and understand their children the most. But when they become toxic, their kids experience hell on earth. While such parents may think they have their children's best intention in mind, they might be unintentionally hurting them. Here are 7 harmful things toxic parents do that ruin their kids' life. 1. They show conditional love. Have you ever heard a parent say something like, "If you don't do as I say, I won't love you anymore"? Children should feel loved under all circumstances. If a parent's love is conditional, then it implies they only love their children for what they do, and not for what they are. Aside from feeling alone and unloved, they will not open up to their parents and express their true feelings. They will also become too overcautious and afraid to take risks, because they fear losing their parents' love if they make a mistake. 2. They guilt trip or threaten their children. Not only do they show conditional love, but they also use love as a manipulative, guilt-tripping tool. Toxic parents might say something like, "If you don't do what I say, then you don't really love me." Another form of guilt-tripping is the silent treatment, where they completely ignore their kids like they're invisible. This messes up their children's minds and forces them to do anything to end the emotional torture. 3. They are extremely overprotective and controlling. So-called helicopter parents literally control every decision and action their children make. It's okay to mold and coax them into becoming good, responsible kids during their earlier years. But controlling them through their adolescent stage, or worse, through their adult life, can be very suffocating. The side effects can be disastrous: inability to deal with challenges themselves, mental weakness, rebelliousness, even depression and anxiety. I know someone whose parents have been helicoptering him throughout his life, even past age 40. These parents, who are now grandparents, are even controlling their grandkids to the point of deciding for them where they should study, who they could hang out with, and even what things to wear and what foods to eat. This destructive cycle has to stop. 4. They assign negative qualities to their children. Kids can really test our patience. But when parents ran out of patience and became angry, they could say things which they might regret later on. They might say, "You're so bad." This subconsciously plants a negative suggestion in their children's minds. And when parents ask, "Why are you so bad?" their kid's subconscious is finding the reason why they're bad, hence, further infusing that negative trait to their personality. Parents should instead expect their kids to be of good behavior, and remind them when they're not being themselves. They could say to their children, "I know you're much better than that. Let's see the real you from now on, okay?" 5. They accuse their kids of lying or doing something they didn't do. Accusing children to be liars, when they're not lying, is one of the most hurtful things they could experience. Similarly, forcing them to admit an act they didn't do is just as harmful. A girl once confessed to me that she was being forced by her parents to admit that she ate the food reserved for a special occasion, but she really didn't. To stop their verbal harassment, she just admitted against her will. But the trauma and injustice brought about by this experience scarred her for life. 6. They always criticize, but never compliment. Yeah, kids can be naughty sometimes, but they also have their good side. Unfortunately, toxic parents choose to focus mostly on their negative traits. So they criticize, blame or complain every chance they get, for even the most trivial things. But you won't ever hear them saying compliments and encouraging words. This puts a toll on their children's mental health and well-being. 7. They make empty promises. Toxic parents make promises they don't usually keep. So their children won't trust and believe them next time they say something. When kids can't rely on their parents to keep their word, they might turn to someone else. And that someone else might take advantage of their vulnerability and quest for attention. Stay tuned for part 2 of this eye-opening series. Do you think this video could help or save others? Please share this video to spread awareness. It might help not only the people suffering from toxic parents, but it may also bring about a change of heart to a toxic family member who may be unaware of their damaging behavior. If you want to discover 17 psychological tricks to persuade anyone to do anything, read the Persuasion Secret Files. See description below to get it for free. Watch this video next to discover 5 effective ways to deal with controlling people and regain your freedom.